What up, y'all? It's your boy Jimmy Dukes with another podcast. It's been a little bit since we sat down, but end of the year, pretty much around the corner for us. Hope everybody had a wonderful year and whatnot. But we're sitting down today with two of my good homeboys. You guys have seen them here before, and we all support each other. And it's good that we still, after a year of doing podcasts together, we're still keeping in touch and still moving forward. So shout out to my boy, the unfortunate one, and the Reif affect himself. What's up, guys?
Hi. What's up, bro?
He said hi.
Ain't my fault. I was trying to get in the studio.
Right. Let me clear my in it. No, but man, yeah, I was like, man, we got to sit down and talk about games of the year, what happened this year as far as like content creation, video games and our stuff going on. But thank you guys for taking the time to come in here and shoot the shit with us, man.
Thank you for having me.
Well, for show, man. And we before we got on, man, hopefully this is something that we can do more and more down the road, man. I just feel that all of us are pretty much open-minded when it comes to a lot of things. Obviously, we have our own ways of thinking about things, but I don't think we shy away from being open and not being disrespectful when it comes to a lot of different things. But we'll speak our mind, and I think a lot of people like that kind of stuff because they're like, "Oh shit, I was thinking that, but I don't say it."
Right,
damn right.
So, and I'll be saying some shit like, yeah,
right.
there'll be sometimes like, man, I say it in the nicest way. Y'all way more blunt than I am. But
I'll make a sticker that says Jimmy won't fight you, but I will.
All right. I just like I will say things differently, but I respect the way you guys carry yourselves when it comes to your guys' opinion. Like a lot of people might think, oh, you're harsh or you're being brash, but now that I've got to know you guys, it's like, yeah, he's saying it in his own way. You might not like it, but I think Reif is genuinely being honest in his own way. Miko's being honest in his own way, so I like that shit. I want to talk to people like that. Or even fucking Hulky. Shout out to Hulky. He'd be all loud and crazy, but he has his reasons to say certain things. And I think that's important to let everybody know that, hey, we're all content creators and we all have our own vibe. But that doesn't mean we can't speak to each other.
Yeah, we don't kiss ass.
That's
Every
the
content
biggest
creator
thing.
don't kiss ass, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 110%. You can be cool people and you can say nice things and be genuine about it. But the moment you kiss ass, it's just a whole nother.
Yeah, you could just tell, man. But we got some topics here, man. Obviously, end of the year is coming up, man. I just want to talk about some of the best games you played this year and your guys' opinion. What was some of the worst games y'all played this year? What you guys are looking for next year, man. And of course, little recap of what we all experienced in our own different ways this year and what we're looking for to next year. But let's start off with the top of the topics. What was the best game that y'all played this year? Let's start off with Reif. What was the best game? Like, damn, this game was dope.
Can we say it at the same time, Reif, on 3?
Right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Elden Ring. Oh, fuck.
He said Warzone.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, that was
Hey,
nice.
that was good. He said Warzone.
Expect that one.
Was it
Like
really?
Mario.
Hey, are you fucking around, or that's the best game that you played this year, in your opinion?
Nah, I'm dead ass. That's the best game I played this year.
Really nice.
I got reasons why.
Okay, well, let's go ahead. Give me your reasons why you thought Warzone's the best game that you played this year, even though it's toward the end of the year.
Yeah. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, man. It's not even a game, bro. If I'm being honest, it's the stuff, the proximity chat, bro. I fucking love that shit. It just brings out the true version of me, yo. And it's funny. Like, I had played the first Warzone and I hated that shit after a while. That shit was boring. Motherfuckers running around Verdansk, hacking and just breathing hard and slide canceling shit. That shit was cool, but that shit was annoying. Like motherfuckers having a goddamn seizure. Like, it was just aggravating. This one, it slowed everybody down. We all are like bots out there.
Yeah.
And proximity chat is just the chef's kiss on top of it. First, I liked it because I like piss people off. So I was like, damn, a lot of motherfuckers is mad because they can't do all that goofy shit. So that was like, okay, I kind of like this because it's killing the people who did all that extra shit. But then the proximity chat, I swear, I've said it on numerous podcasts. I was like, bro, I wish when I kill somebody on Call of Duty, they can know what I'm saying. That would be like sniping the motherfucker and said bingo. Like, just shit like that. And then when they said proximity chat, I was like,
It's funny that you say that. I had mine off when I played like the first couple days, and then they were talking about it, and you had to turn it on. And it was just, obviously there's a lot of crazy people out there saying crazy shit. Obviously, just it is what it is. But other times it's just a lot of people. Where are you at? I see you. Oh, I hear you. But you don't know if you do or not. So you're like, oh shit. Oh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the whole content around that, just that feature, how you're mentioning it, is badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like the kill cam like things you can only hear what they said.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like,
now they can.
Now you
like, damn it, you like,
yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah, you got me.
Yeah, you got me.
Dog, I've been seeing clips of people being like, "Yo, if you call me daddy, I'll let you get back up."
Right?
I'd be dying,
dude.
Bro,
there's some creative ass people out there fucking playing. All right, if you answer this question, I'll give you 10 G's. What? All right, cool. Gives them the 10 G's. All right, cool. Shoots them in the back. I have fuck you. I was like, damn.
Yes.
Finessing,
you can't trust anybody on that motherfucker. So Warzone, best game. Warzone 2.0, obviously. Best game of the year for you, in your opinion?
Yeah, because it's fun. Because it was fun. I have had a lot of fun in it. Like when I said I put over 100 hours in it, I was like, damn, I'm at over 100 hours already. Oh, I think I like this shit, bro. I know how I am. Like I'll play some shit and get tired quickly. You know what I'm saying? But this shit is like, every time I boot that bitch out, I don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Because of the proximity and among other things.
One thing that I did like that they brought, and Miko and I were talking about it, the third person. I mean, I've always liked third person games. Yeah, the recon.
That's why I'm not.
They did take it out.
Yeah, it just this update is just gone, bro. And I was like, what the fuck?
So
I love the third person on there.
I wonder if they're working on shit. But yeah, I mean, I used to play Ghost Recon Wildlands and Breakpoint and SOCOM back in the day. I've always liked the third person view, and then even with Gears of War, that over the shoulder kind of like just seeing your dude. And when they had that, I was like, man, this is so dope. It just gives it a different aspect. I hope they bring that shit back. But
they better.
I like that shit.
Complain about it.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna lose a chunk of people if they don't.
Yeah. So so Warzone 2.0 was for Reif. What about you, Miko? What was your
like, you know what's crazy? If Warzone 2.0 didn't take out the third person, that was a contender for me for game of the year, surprisingly, even though I haven't played Call of Duty for a hot minute. That third person is just a different when I felt like when I played third person, it wasn't Call of Duty anymore. Like I wasn't playing Call of Duty, so I can actually enjoy this game for what it's worth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when they took it off, I was like, I can't nominate this for shit now. They just disrespected the hell out of it. So but mine is still Elden Ring, man. I haven't played it for a little minute, but I've always been like a lover of like the fighter style games. I've always like Naraka was gonna be my best game of the year, but then they flopped on me. So because I went hard on Naraka for like months. Every single day. That was a game I actually could grind on daily and actually become like a Naraka streamer, if you could say that. You know what I'm saying? But now it's the other way around. So Elden Ring still has never done me wrong. It's just like, you know, after a while, once you beat it enough times, you gotta take a break from it. You come back. But why I like it is because there's just so much you can do. Like even me beating the game to get some of the endings, it's still nothing compared to all the side quests, all the things that you could do, the PvP. Now they actually brought out the real. So it's like we're gonna be jumping back on Elden Ring for that, and it's just like they already dropped the game with so much, and they're still adding so much. Like I feel like that's why it won Game of the Year as well and deserved it, because like God of War is amazing.
Yeah,
like that game is amazing, but it's a dope single player experience.
Yeah,
there's nothing else after that. Once you beat the game, you can do side quests, and I'm not dogging the game at all. For anybody that's gonna be like this, no, I love that game. I didn't play it, but I lived it through everybody else.
Yeah,
played it, and
I agree. I saw everybody play. There's a lot of games that I don't play myself, like Elden Ring. I saw y'all play it, and I was like, damn, this game is dope. I don't have the time to put in that kind of time with the grind, and I've never really liked those type of games. But when you guys would talk about it and play the fuck out of it, and you guys were playing with other people, I was like, this is dope. But that was the same thing for me with freaking God of War. I watched people play in their videos, and I got the gist and the oomph out of it. I'm like, that's dope. You know, it's like I know about the game, and I feel comfortable enough that I enjoyed watching it that I don't need to play it myself. But that was just me.
I had Elden Ring up there too, because Elden Ring was good, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never played that genre of like, you know, what's it, the Dark Souls franchise. And when I played that shit, bro, I was like, hold on, bro. I could be a samurai and be black. Oh, it's easy. Like, it's over. It's over, yo. And
Like, so much.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
That shit was good, bro. It was a good game. Like, if it wasn't for Warzone, I would have definitely like Elden Ring easily, bro.
Yeah.
But just that fun aspect of all of us laughing and doing goofy shit, playing sound bits in motherfuckers' ears. Like that shit.
Yeah. That's dope. So those are two separate games. For me, in my opinion, it's not like game of the year or anything, but the best game that I think I played this year that I really enjoyed was The Quarry. I've never really got into horror games, and I just started playing them more obviously because of, you know, streaming and people enjoy watching that. But The Quarry was good. I mean, that game, I don't even know it. I'd have to look it up, but how many different endings there could be because of different decisions that you make with the characters throughout the game. And that was the first time I played a game to where it was like, what? You could play this game a couple hundred times and you get a different ending or different like scenarios because of the decisions you make? Damn. Or you could play, I never got a chance to, and maybe I will down the road, is you could play with more than, you know, 3 or 4 people. You know, I think, how many people can you play? 8 people. You know what I mean? And they're still doing stuff to the game. So I want to loop back around to, but for me, man, the gore, the story was good. The animation was good. It was, you know, for me, while I was playing it, people were coming back and enjoying all the reels that I put out. Even the best, you know, the compilations of like, you know, best of part 1, 2, and 3 of me playing the game. I was like, damn, this game is good. And I would just like, I saw it was good ratings, and I've been more open to how, I forgot it was you, Miko, or Reif. You're like, it's not my genre, but let me check it out. If everybody's talking about how great it is, like maybe I'll like it too. So I've been more open to playing games that not first person shooters or things that I normally play. You know, so being more open, and we've talked about all the time as we do this content creator shit, we're still gamers at the end of the day, right? We still want to play different games, but that doesn't mean we're gonna like them. But my spectrum of different games has like gotten way better. Like I'm still working on the Callisto Protocol. If I would have finished that one,
great. That shit look crazy, bro.
If I finish that game, I can honestly compare it to The Quarry. But right now, man, that game is killer, and I know that you played it, Miko, and I'm enjoying the fuck out of it.
Bro,
it is bad. I was like, damn, this game is dope.
Bro, I played it and I had to play through everybody coming in being like, this game is like repetitive, it's ass. And I'm like, it's repetitive and ass if you're not enjoying the game for what it's worth. Like, there's no way that you can tell me a game is repetitive and ass when you have different weapons that do different things. You don't have to fight the same enemy the same way. Like I took that one reel I did where I could have fought through all those guys, but I was like, you know what? I'm a sneak by. And that was a completely different experience. It really brought the scary aspect out of it. Or like, you know, sometimes I'm like, I'm not even going to use this gun. I'm going to just use my hand to grip. Like, like you can go about it differently. But like, I actually think they did a really good job with that game for like it being like a Dead Space style game. And Dead Space is one of my favorite horror games. So I was like, when I played that, I compared it. And I feel like it was on par. And then I'm not going to say anything to spoil anything, but like, I'm not going to say it until you finish playing. But there's another part that I liked that they did that I was actually really happy that they did.
Nice. Yeah.
And, it was a good game. I actually wanted to ask you guys before you went to your next point, really quick. You don't have to go like deep into it. What was your favorite scary game this year? Because I know The Quarry was a scary game, but what was the scariest game that you guys played this year? Or you're not the scariest, but your favorite?
In silence. In silence. That was fun. That was that was fun. That shit, especially with everybody.
Random as fuck.
Dude, that shit was fun. I have to admit, that shit was fun.
I was like, what the fuck are we supposed to be doing? I'm just sitting there and all of a sudden this bitch just jumped on me like that. That shit was scary as shit.
Dog, that shit is funny.
I was controlling everything and it kept saying press square to run, press square to. I'm not pressing none of that shit. I'm just looking at that shit like
y'all flashbang.
Flashbang.
Hey, that's a good one. I'm glad you brought that up. That was fun. I think that but the scariest game, I think, you know what was pretty good too, actually, Miko, after it got the repetitiveness, was the mortuary assistant.
Yeah.
That
game was dope. That game was pretty good.
It was okay. It wasn't like I'm glad I played it, but once it started getting the repetitiveness, I was like, all right, cool. I need to stop because I do want to come back to this.
Yeah.
Because I got only through 3 of the 5 chapters. or 3 out of I was like, I'm good.
Me to finish them all, so I finished all 5 of them, but I had to keep playing it over and over again.
Yeah,
different types of things, and I was like,
I was watching you. I was like, oh, I don't want that to happen to me. I already know, because he's like, fuck. Well, these guys want me to finish it. Let me finish it. But it got to the point to where it was like, it's kind of like Phasma. The same thing. Yeah. It's like Phas is cool, but it just kind of like after like an hour of playing straight, it just kind of like
get you sleepy, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's hard to keep the content. Yeah, it's hard to keep.
Once you've been through all the scares, then you're like, okay, I know this one's coming. I mean, the cool thing is, I did like about it, I'll give it its props on, is when you start pursuing the different ends and you start to activate them.
Yes.
Different scares come up.
Yes.
So I had the different endings. I had to go like down to this basement and do this one thing.
Yeah.
And go into this weird. I was like, what is this? So then now all those scares got me. So I was like, at least they did that.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, like Mortuary is a game that I can't consistently play.
Yeah,
that's something you could bring up every now and then. Like,
like Devour is the same damn thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's dope when it comes out with the new expansion. Go check it out. Cool, and then
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, my favorite though that I tried that I feel like actually it was the most fun to play, but it scared the shit out of me more than any other game was the Outlast Trials. It was just a demo, like it was free for a weekend.
Oh yeah, I didn't play that.
Bro, Outlast is the scariest shit ever.
That shit, I saw y'all play that.
Scary, but Outlast Trials is co-op, and you can have like 3 to 4 people with you, and you have to like, bro, that shit is funny, but it is terrifying.
Isn't that coming out this next year too?
I hope so, because I'm gonna be on that shit.
Yeah.
Like, dog, just throwing bricks at people when you get scared is hilarious.
He said throwing bricks at people and shit.
Yeah, you can low key fight back, but it's like you can't kill nobody, but you can low key fight back to get them off you to like hide. And if your homie's getting chased, you can like try to help them out. So it's like it takes a load off, but it's still scary as hell the entire time, especially playing it in the harder difficulties. Where you just don't stop. Like we were like, oh, we're playing it on easy to learn the game, and they were like, all right, let's go to normal. And then like No Sense was like, yo, we gotta try it on hard. And I was like, fuck it, content, let's do it.
Yeah.
Bro, they shot every monster that we faced individually out at once. Right when we walked in, they all came out butt naked. I was like, oh hell no, I'm out. And I just ran and left everybody. I was like, nope, I ain't got enough bricks for this, dog.
Yeah, that's gonna be one that's gonna be on the radar too. I forgot he had brought that up.
It's amazing.
So let's go into the next topic. What is the worst game that you played, in your opinion? That Reif, what is the worst game you played this year, in your opinion? Like, damn.
Blood Hunt.
Oh my god, yes. I totally forgot about Blood
Bro, Hunt. I had it listed right here, dog. The vampire?
Yes.
Yes. I was so gung-ho about it, too.
Me too, because the movement and everything was swift, and them motherfuckers just... Bro, I don't know what the fuck that was, yo. Like, the release was... I'm like, damn, this shit's smooth. This shit... I played the beta. I was hyped for that game. I was like, I'm about to get sweat. I'm gonna go for Ambassador. I played that game, bro. I was like, yo, what the fuck y'all doing, bro? Y'all know what y'all doing over there? Like,
they tried, man. Yeah, nothing.
They got one battle pass, and they just sat back and thought. I guess they just... I don't know what they thought, but...
Yeah.
Never even put an anti-cheat on that shit.
Yeah.
The concept was fire.
Like,
vampires jumping from buildings and shooting and gliding. Like, that shit is fucking...
Hell yeah.
Using katanas. But the game just fucking flopped, bro. Like, they tried... They could have did so many things, yo, and they just waited too long to do it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in this industry, bro, we got too much good shit. We got Elden Ring out here. We got all these other games popping. Like, you gotta... If you drop a game like that and you already got the momentum, you gotta maximize that shit quick. Like, I'm not a developer, but I got common sense, bro. If your shit hot, you better hit that shit hard. You can't be sitting back waiting, and then everybody's gonna get bored and just go on something else, because there's too many BRs out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Apex and fucking Warzone. What's the other? Fortnite. The 3 main BRs,
Battle Royale.
And they have been going for longevity because they supply so much content.
It's
what I love is
gamers are what have we? Too. Yeah, we're all. What have you done for me lately is a thing when it comes to games for us. Unfortunately, how you said, we're not developers or whatever, and we're just sitting here bitching as gamers and consumers. But if you're putting shit out and I'm looking forward to something every other couple weeks, then you're gonna like look. I used to hate Fortnite and talk so much shit of it. So that's like a comeback game for me that's been around.
Fortnite's in its bag.
I'm not going to build. I don't care. And then they're like, no build is coming out. They're going to try no build. I went in on no build. I started playing solo by myself. I enjoyed seeing my character, my skins that I paid for. I can skins, you know what I mean? But people have been playing that for years, and I was like, damn. And I've been playing ever since that drop of the no build. I'm still I still loop it in because I look forward to it.
Fortnite been out for like
2017. Yeah.
So every move they make, everybody else is watching. So you, as a new BR dropper, you have the advantage. Yeah. You're like, okay, they start the trends. All I gotta do is follow.
Yep.
And then branch off. Like
exactly.
Like Fortnite is basically, all right, we out here, bro. Like we got to do this. We gonna make this, and other like Apex and shit. Like, yo, look what they doing. Okay, let's make the same battle royale, but just do this. Let's do abilities instead of this. Let's do this. And then Warzone, okay, no abilities. Yo, let's do the same thing like them, but just do this and
loadouts
off with this. Let's drop a battle pass. Like, bro, you have the big three to look after, yo. Like, there's no excuse for that. Honestly, like, because every move they make, they got to come up with. All you gotta do is just look at that shit, emulate it, and branch off.
Yeah.
Your own bag.
And they had the uniqueness aspect because no one had a vampire battle royale. Like they had the means to become number one.
I know the abilities were dope. Yeah. I was like the swords, the fucking machine gun. Dude, it reminded me of a Blade. It reminded me of fucking Blade, dog.
Bro, that's exactly.
I was like, hell yeah, this is dope.
Your own vampire, bro.
They even had a Blade season. The battle pass had Blade, and this is what's crazy. I love Blade. But like, when you make a game that's vampires, and we was already like going hard initially, and then you put Blade on the battle pass, and the game flopped so bad I didn't even finish it to get it. That's how I know that game was ass. Yeah. After a while, because it was like I didn't even finish the battle pass just for Blade. I was like, I can't.
Yeah,
it's torture right now.
It was crazy because it was really repetitive. They didn't give a new update on the map. I mean, there was some ways of spamming on the map or like shooting people that it just kind of like. You fucking kidding me?
Anti-cheat was horrible.
You know, yeah.
Then they limited it too. Like you can't have a BR to compete with the other ones, and you limit it on PlayStation and PC.
Yeah,
that was already where you feel that. Like, because all the 3 BRs we talk about, I know Apex is probably like the last one that became crossplay, I believe, but you have to do that when you have a battle royale. If you got 100 people in a map, you gotta have everybody you can. You can't just this is for Sony and PC. You already fucked up. That was already one red flag. Like, you can't do that, but I don't know, man.
So Blood Hunt was yours, and what about you, Miko?
I'm glad you just brought up that point because I'm bringing up the Xbox version of Blood Hunt, Naraka.
I
love that game, bro.
I know. I saw Miko. Oh, we go. That's Miko. If the game you compare Miko to a game, that's Miko. You know what I mean? That fool was like all his vibe with the whole anime shit and swords, and then so he's going in on this game, and I saw him just like break down, like, God damn it, you guys are fucking killing me.
Bro, it emotionally tore me up because that was the first game that I ever got noticed by a developer and got offered like I got offered a creator program, and that's why I was streaming it as much. Like that was like my game, like for real, like. Because and the reason why was because Naraka, for those people that don't understand, I'm quick. It's a Chinese martial arts battle royale game. There is even Blood Hunt wasn't that. Like Blood Hunt and Naraka were the 2 BRs that were extremely unique that no one's ever seen yet, and they couldn't keep up with it. Now it's hot as hell in China because they're doing like $250,000 tournaments every month. Like they are in their bag in China. Naraka is probably not going anywhere when it comes to China, but like. Bringing it out to other countries and stuff like that, they just weren't showing that much love, but they wanted us to be there. And it was like, we're telling you what we need and you're not providing it. You know what I'm saying? And there was just a lot of aspects that could have been changed. Like, I don't understand how the fuck you have a game where everyone's a martial arts master, but no one knows how to block. Dodging and parrying is cool. But when you got people like, because there's only a certain way that you could dodge you can only dodge once every certain amount of seconds. You can only parry if they're doing a blue move. But if they hit you with a light hit and they spam that, there's literally nothing you could do. So it's like at that point to counter that, you should have included blocking.
A block.
You know what I'm saying? Something. And a block that takes your stamina. So I can't just sit there and block all day. Like, there should be a counter.
Your stamina goes down and then you get tired. Kind of thing.
So, yeah, that game got really crazy into just a lot of people that, like, you know, I'm a combo person. I don't like spamming the same move just to get that dub. I don't feel like I earned it. When it comes to fighting games, I like to, like, earn my shit because that's just that it's that feeling, you know what I'm saying? And then like when everyone started using certain moves or certain combos that were like infinite combo, it just started turning into a cheese fest.
Yeah, like you're exploiting the game and taking advantage of one single thing, because that's how it would be for Madden back in the day. Like I'm sure there's certain plays you cannot stop, and you're gonna keep running it and just keep running it. It's like you're
happened in 2K too a lot.
Yeah, just like you're ruining the game because you're taking a advantage of exploiting a part in the game, and it's not fun. Like, and y'all can't fix this. Y'all can't put a block button and let me get tired and let this motherfucker stop spamming me with the same goddamn move that I can't dodge and parry. You know,
it just got to the point where they just and then they changed stuff. So then, like, you know, they had some other creators that were in there. The community was toxic. Like I hosted an event and it was like cool, but then other people were going in on some shit, and I was like, I could deal with a stupid ass community. That's fine. But like when the game just like it just wants your money.
Yeah,
you can tell they just wanted bread, and it was like, come on, bro. So I don't know. It was a game that it still to this day has potential to be the greatest. Like, you know what I'm saying, like melee style battle royale, because there is no melee battle royale. Like you have that uniqueness aspect and you can hit the ground running and become number 4 too.
Yeah.
But they have to fix so much, and they're just not, because all they care about, I see, is the tournaments that they're hosting in China.
Yeah.
And if you want to be seen, you have to make it into those tournaments in China. But like another thing they have is the PC to console gap. Availability is so huge. It's bigger than any other game I've ever seen. When they're like, oh yeah, if you're on PC, you're just this much faster, or you could do this. Dog, in PC, you can fly, bro. There's a combo you could do on PC because it's easy to press the 2 buttons. I saw some dude that killed me in 2 seconds fly across the map to the next person and kill them too. I was like,
damn,
you gotta, yeah. But that was when I did like that. I jumped into an E-League tournament that I didn't realize. One, I went way over my head on that shit. I was like feeling good, beating everybody's ass on Xbox, and then I was like, oh, yo, I'm gonna jump into this E-League tournament. But that was where all the pros played.
I remember watching you. You're like, dog, and you're like, I cannot believe how bad I'm doing right now compared to like what these guys are doing. How are they doing this? Oh, they're on mouse and keyboard. I just can't compete.
And I would get that 1 kill every round just to make it. I would be in last place, but that last qualifier, and I was like, at the first round, everybody on Xbox but me and 2 people got taken out. Then the next round came, and I killed the 2 people on Xbox.
Yes.
So
I ain't the worst. I ain't the worst.
Yes. So then, like by round 3, I was the only Xbox player left, and I backed out. I said, nah, I think I hit something for me. I played it with professionals and got through 2 rounds and made it. But now I know my role.
Yeah.
I'm not going to win this. And it's like, but thank you for the experience as well. But then like, there was a lot of other stuff that was happening. So I was just like, you know, the game has potential to be great, but they need to listen, if you branch out to other countries, you have to find a way to be able to support them as well, or you're going to lose them.
Yeah.
And like the Xbox player base for it dropped. Like now, if you play, it's nothing but bots. And then they complain that the bots are too easy. So then they did something to the bots that they auto parry no matter what they're doing. So if I ever hit them with a charged attack, no matter, they could be on the floor with their ass out, they're parrying.
Damn.
And then that killed the game.
Yeah, so you're like, I'm good. So Blood Hunt, don't play Blood Hunt, guys, and don't play fucking Naraka.
Nah, unless you want to be pissed off severely.
Right? So for going from worst games, we had our best games that we played and our worst games. What games are you guys looking forward to next year, Reif? Like, what's the game that it's on your radar? You're like, damn. Looking forward to that motherfucker right there.
That Harry Potter game is one.
Okay.
And I'm not even a big Harry Potter fan, yo. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and claim like, yo, I used to fuck. Nah, bro. I'm one of them people, bro. I'm one of them people. I like the way that shit look. I want to get into that market, yo, and that shit just looks good. Like, I like the way the game looked. There was something else. There was something else that ran across my radar, and I was like, damn, gaming is gonna be looking good next year. There's a lot of games coming out next year. I think gaming this year was good. Gaming this year was actually really good. You know,
I think that was a good back. Yeah, I think it comeback. It was cool because obviously you guys are willing to play different games, so I get to see. Like I know one game that you guys played that I never got into was Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble. Oh, that shit.
Yeah, that looked cool. I didn't get into that one game. So, but yeah, next year I see there's a bunch of games coming out. So Harry Potter's on the list for that one. And can you think of any ones that you're looking forward to other than that one?
I know that Star Wars joint. My boy Ed.
Yes.
Yeah, that one looks cool.
He told me I gotta play the first one. He was like, "You gotta play the first one."
Yep.
I was like, "Yeah, all right, bro."
Yeah.
All right, but
you do.
It just those games just look good, yo.
Yeah.
Don't cap.
Yeah. What about you, Miko? Like, what is the game looking for
Bro,
you?
Before I even say it, Reef, you got to play that Star Wars.
Yeah.
The first one, The Fallen.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna play that shit too because
even if you're not a Star Wars fan,
it was good.
The game is amazing. The game, the graphics, the story, and like, because you do what I do. Like, you be playing a game, be talking shit about the characters and what they be saying, bro. You will have a field day playing that game. Trust me, you're gonna love that shit. And the story, you're gonna get mad at shit. You're gonna get excited about shit. You're gonna get scared at shit. Like, dog, that game was very well made for Star Wars. It's like a Star Wars, like, I don't know, man. It was a really good game.
Yeah.
Really good game.
Yeah, that was a Jedi Survivor is what it's called.
Yeah, Jedi Survivor for next year. Yeah. For me, when I saw that, it was crazy. I honestly, this was one where I struggled because when you first sent me the text before with the points before the Gamer Awards, mine was that new Star Wars. Because I was like, that's the one I knew was coming out. Harry Potter looks good. And I was excited, but I personally got deflated when they didn't have the multiplayer because it seemed like they were going to have multiplayer. And I was just like, damn, like, I don't know if I could play this as a single player experience. So then I kind of like shied away from it, but it looks like it's going to look great. I don't know now, bro. After the Game Awards and those world premieres, all I'm going to say is Bandai. They're dropping 4 bangers. And I'm like, holy shit. But my biggest one, I think, is this one called Blue Protocol. It's going to be a co-op anime style RPG.
Okay.
And it looks really good. That Baldur's Gate looked good, and Star Wars.
Baldur's Gate has been around forever. Like that used to...
Did you see the trailer for the
No, I haven't. I know that series has been around since Nintendo.
I've never played Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this game looks crazy. I'm looking at chat. They're like, oh my God, it's Baldur's Gate. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I was like, this shit just looked fire.
Yeah, that's been around for a while. Like I know that series, that title, whatever, has been around.
Yeah.
Like games for me that I was looking for, obviously the Jedi Survivor, how you guys both mentioned, and since I played Callisto, and I knew Dead Space has been around, but I guess the remake is coming out this next year. So I was like, all right, if these motherfuckers made this and they're going to remake that series and there's 3 games, they're doing it for a reason. So that's on my radar. And then I got one for y'all. Y'all think of this one. Did you guys see that the Cyberpunk expansion?
Yeah.
No.
Did you see that crime mob? The mob, the crime boss or something? That one, I told you that's another one.
Yeah. Like the Cyberpunk expansion, like obviously we all know Cyberpunk took a shit, right? We all know that, right?
But
it came back pretty good.
But
though, right?
they kept going with it because they spent so much money. They actually, like, if y'all don't know, even though that game bombed marketing wise, they still made a lot of money. So they were able to keep working on it. So they have that guy, what's that dude's name? The guy from Thor. He would be in control of the frost thing. Black dude.
Heimdall.
Yeah, the black dude with the light. Yeah, he's gonna be one of the main characters.
When I saw that,
yes, I was like, all right, dude. Yeah, I love that guy. Yeah, I like that.
I like that.
but yeah, dude, I was like, okay, Cyberpunk, I got you. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to that. So I enjoy now that, obviously I said it earlier, I'm broadening my horizon when it comes to games and speaking to you guys, how you guys get excited about certain games. It makes me look into them because I would have never known about them or whatever, without having these, conversations or getting to know different people, man. So I'm looking forward to playing different games, man. I love my shooter games and that's how I grew up playing. But every once in a while, man, playing games that are not in my realm are fun as shit.
Yeah, I tell everybody that they need to watch. If you guys haven't, anyone's hearing this, you need to watch the trailers for the Game Awards. If you don't want to watch the Game Awards, you don't have to watch it.
Yeah, just look all the games coming out.
Trailers. There's like 5 other games that I didn't get to list that I'm still excited for.
Forspoken.
That looks good. Yeah, the PlayStation one.
That's the one. Yes, that shit looks good.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking magical version. Like Tsushima. Like the way the damn
Yeah.
game looks, yo. Like it looks good. Like
Bro,
that is another
that
one.
shit looks fire.
Off the graphics alone and everything, bro. Like that shit look good, yo. And it looks very interesting, yo.
The trailer, I feel like, kind of like caught the energy of what that game's gonna be really well.
Yeah.
Because that trailer looked really good. I like the
That should come out next month, I think.
Yeah. That's just like one of the. I think that's actually out of all of them. I think that's the soonest one. I think it's coming out like in January.
Nice.
Another one that looks good. I know you guys may not really care too much about Survivor style games, but Dune. If you guys watch that movie, they got a Dune open world survival game that's coming out next year, and it actually looks
Doom DOOM or
Dune DUNE.
Oh,
I
what?
thought you were gonna say Doom.
Dude, I played. I don't know if y'all know, but I bought this game called Dune Spice Wars, and it was kind of like Civilization. But I didn't. I streamed it like a couple times, but it wasn't really hitting. But I liked it. So they're coming out with
There's
a game
survival mode where you're one of the. You had to make a character and
What?
you have to survive in one of the things of Dune, and it looks like it's kind of like remember when I was playing that Conan joint and all that shit.
Yeah,
it's a survival game like those types of games. But
now I gotta look that shit up real quick.
It's
What?
Dune, and I signed up for the ambassador program, and because they want people to sign up for it. So then, if you sign up for it, you can play the beta. That's coming out. I think it's coming out like soon, like in a week or two. The beta.
Because I used to play Dune Emperor back in the day, and it was kind of like a Red Alert and Command and Conquer, but it was like that. But
you know what's crazy? When I saw the movie, I never heard of Dune before. I didn't realize how like long Dune's been out.
Yeah, since the 80s, dude. Yeah, dude. I watched the movie when I was young because my older brother would watch that shit, and I would fucking Sting. He was in that movie as a bad guy. What were you saying about Dune?
Like, so the like I guess like it I didn't realize how old it was, but I guess like the movie they said did really well because Jason Momoa was in it, so it already got a huge fan base to come watch it. But the style of the game, people liked it. I mean, the movie they liked it. So I guess that now that it's like on everybody's radar, it made it to Fortnite. It was a skin on Fortnite. So I was like, okay, cool. So
you made it on Fortnite. You're legit.
For real, man. If you become a skin on Fortnite, you made it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Big facts.
So that one's so that one's coming out next year too. Damn. Looking forward to that shit.
There's some MMOs that are looking amazing. You know what I'm saying? Bro, the Game Awards was in a bag. Dude, Transformers has a new game and it looks amazing.
Really?
Bro, their trailer, you didn't know it was Transformers until the end. And then you realize who they were trying to reboot up was Bumblebee. So they were like, we're going to get you right. We're going to do this. And I was like, yo, those faces kind of look familiar. And then it was showing like some crazy shit going on in the background, like a war zone and like all these things going on. We're like, what is this? I thought it was going to be like some Mecha Soul type shit. Yeah. And then the Transformers logo popped out and my jaw dropped.
Reactivated announced for consoles and PC online co-op action Transformers game. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's co-op too? That's crazy.
Okay.
They getting their bags with the co-op games.
Right? Looking forward to some shit.
I think because that was the thing. That was the big thing this year was everyone was dropping bangers and stuff like that, but it wasn't as co-op as some people wanted. I think they all listened. So like next year is gonna be co-op city.
Nice.
Oh, another trash game was Dying Light 2. That shit didn't last long because they
y'all both went in on that. I didn't I was like, all right, let me sit back.
Get a chance to because they wouldn't let me play with none of my friends.
Yeah, I remember you were playing.
I was only able to play with one person. That was it.
Yeah, I know you were trying to play with Styles, Reif, right? And then the shit wasn't working. So that's a letdown. That's a flop of the year kind of game too, huh?
Dying Light is an amazing game. So for them to drop 2 and flop that hard,
damn.
When the first one already had co-op, like why don't you just use the same thing? Like that you can't do that. You can't drop a game, make it heat, and then be like, hey, you got number 2. And then you just half-ass it. Like if they make a 3, it's done. Like you ain't gonna get shit. You better stick with 2 and fix that.
Damn. So we talked about the best games, the worst games that flop, games we're looking forward to. But now let's go into what we've gone in through this year as far as like what we've learned over this course of the past year as far as gaming, our lives, individual goals. Like in your opinion, Reif, like when you're looking back at 2022 as a father, a husband, a content creator, business owner, streamer, gamer, friend, what this year, like, what have you learned looking back?
Man, I learned a lot about me, yo. Everything I said I wanted to do as far as with me, yo, I learned to trust in myself. I alleviated a lot of childhood traumas and shit I had. I've overall became a better person, yo, and I commend it for streaming because like it's just the people I've met and had conversations with and shit. Like they really changed me, man. Like I've tapped into my childhood. I got rid of anxiety. I think my anxiety, bro, is like I had to rate like it on percentage. I think that shit is probably like 10%. Like, and if I do that 10% of anxiety that I do feel, I know that shit ain't real, and I just like I smother it now. Where before, I used to be getting in my head and overthinking shit. Like, oh, I wonder what this person thinks about me. I wonder what they said. Da, 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 da. And now I'm just going to flow. Like I don't want to flood myself with that. So I know when I said, yo, when I hit 30, things are gonna be different, and it's really been different, man. Like I've learned so much. It's so much to cram in a podcast. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So it's just I know now like who I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to do, and I'm very excited for next year, man. Being a business owner, starting this homeschool shit, like it's just a lot of things I wasn't like. A lot of things I did this year I never done before. Even going to that meetup and shit, like meeting all those people, like that shit was something I never did before, and it just started like elevating more. Like if I can do that, there's a lot of shit I can do.
Yeah.
And it was just kept going more and more. And I went to therapy. Started at the beginning of this year, and the beginning of this year. And for the first time in my life, I heard somebody tell me, "You got a lot of shit going on." Like my therapist literally said that. Like when I told her all the things I do, in my mind it was normal.
Mm-hmm.
But the stuff that I do, like, oh, this is what you gotta do. You gotta take care of your mom. You gotta do this, do that. And then when she said, "You have a lot on you. You deserve to be overwhelmed and stuff like that," and I was like, "Yo, I never heard nobody say that. Like, it just feels like you have to do this shit." But then I don't know. When her telling me that, it just gave me a boost. Like, wait a minute, I can balance this shit, and if I can balance this, I can do more. And it just like lit a fire underneath me. Like now, it's like I want to try new shit. I want to go, and make risky investments and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It just it sparked something in me this year, yo. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if I ain't go to that therapy session before the meetup, I probably wouldn't have been as happy and calm as I was at the meetup because I went there not thinking about nothing.
Right.
No, that voice in my head is a motherfucker. And I went through depression this year too, which helped. It really did help because I was actually able to sit home for like a week, not talk to nobody. I would reach out to people and just say things like, I think I don't want to play no video games. I don't want to do nothing. And even in that aspect, that shit helped me put a lot of things in perspective. And I don't want to never be that way again. You know what I'm saying? So this year was definitely the year of the come up. Next year is going to be the expansion of everything.
I like
everything
that.
I've achieved,
I like how you said the expansion of everything. What about you, Miko? I know that you had a lot of things going on in your lives when it came to, you're a full-time guy. You're keeping up with different things as far as the gaming, the creation, on top of, what you have going on in your personal life, moving and buying a new house and shit like that. So, what was your lessons learned for 2022 now that we're toward the end of the year pretty much and you're looking back like, damn.
To be honest, I'm actually glad Reif went first because like that's what when your therapist told you about you got a lot on your plate. That's what I've been told by a handful of people this year. And I've always been the go type person as well, where it's like, yo, I got a lot on my plate. That's called being a man. Deal with it, move the fuck on.
Yep.
What I learned this year, closer to the end of the year, because it was kind of forced on me, was calm down. Learn to take 5 and just breathe sometimes and not feel like you have to do everything right now or it's never going to get done.
Well said.
Yes.
Like when I got sick, first one was us having a baby. That shit, like I was excited, but I was scared because right before we found out we were having a baby, I was hitting my momentum. I was in my creative bag. We were going crazy. We were growing. I was like, I had my AM time, my PM time. I had my creation time. I was going. And I was like, yeah, this next year, Inari's going to be in pre-K. So I'm not going to have anybody at home. So I could just go crazy demon time. Right. And then, we were having a baby. So that whole aspect of that was gone. And I didn't even know how I was going to keep creating because I was like, I'm never going to have time now.
Mm-hmm.
But so I just had to take time back. That first got me. And then when I got hella sick, I got sick 3 times.
I know, like you were like sick.
Bro. I've never been sick like that. I get sick once a year, and it would be 2 to 3 days, and I'd be fine. But this year, I got hit with COVID twice, and I forgot that drops your immune system.
Yep.
So it made me weaker. So then I was more prone to getting all these cooties from the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, shit. Like, so now I've been taking immune boosters, and then now they're coming home sick, and I'm fine. But I never boosted my immune system back up since COVID to recover, so I kept getting sick. But when I was sick, like I've been sick in stream still, pushed through that shit. But I got sick to the point where I couldn't get out of bed. And I was like, I had to go to the hospital. It got that bad. And it was like, okay, I can't do shit, but I'm going to pull up to everybody else's streams and just try to show love. And then that's when I learned, like, you know, this shit just from like, I know, like, growing up, we know this shit. Not everybody's for you. Everybody that says they got your back, they don't really got your back. People just gaslight, all these other things. But I peeped more in being sick and preparing for my move, those that were that were fake as hell about shit, and then those that were real. And there was a few people that I realized that actually supported me that I didn't really notice as much. And then I was like, shit. So then I started readdressing where I, like, not my circle, but just where I invest my energy, because time is precious.
Yep.
And I can't just keep investing my energy into those that don't do the same.
Mm-hmm.
Not a matter of you have to be here for me to be here for you. Like, I can still be cool and cordial with you, but like, I'm not going to invest my time and energy into those that can't do it, because it's, at the end of the day, this is business.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? This is not a hobby for me. This is a lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I just had to learn from taking a step back. One, take a step back and just enjoy your family, because, you know, my family is my number one. And then two, I was just become more aware about who around me is really about it. Who do I need to invest time with in business ventures? So those are my two big things.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one was forced on me closest to the end of the year, between getting sick, then moving while I was sick, which made me more sick, and then not having internet for a week. I was like, I can't stream now even if I wanted to. So it just had me just sit back. And I was like, holy shit, I needed this rest, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I've been going this whole year. I've been overclocking this whole year.
Mm-hmm.
And
that GPU burned out, dog.
Yeah, me and my PC had to go to Micro Center, damn it. Like, so that was my thing. I just had to take a step back, you know what I mean? Just realize, okay, you don't have to do all of this right now.
Mm-hmm.
That was my biggest lesson for the year.
I like how you guys, I'm glad y'all went first, obviously, but it made me think of different things, obviously, that you guys are speaking. Like Reif talking about all the different things going on in his life personally and things like that, looking back. And, you know, Miko, you going through all your hardships and things like that. But, you know, the thing I do like about y'all is that y'all still push forward, because a lot of people might be in those situations and might make excuses to not do things. And it's okay. I'm not saying that, hey, your life's rough, you should still keep going. No, it's okay. But to see you guys keep going through that and being open about it helped me too. Because at the beginning of the year, I was like, all right, year 2, you know, let's see what's going on. You know what I mean? And I think for me to look back at myself and start realizing I was more confident in what I could do and what I couldn't do. I learned and looked back at myself this year. I'm like, damn, at the beginning of the year, I felt like I got to do this, and this. But, you know, taking that break and looking back made me like not feel burned out. I know a lot of people get burned out in life, not just content creation, but taking that pause sometimes and just knowing that, hey, it's okay not to do this all the time, or maybe manage your time a little bit differently. And then Reif bringing that up, hey, in July, there's this meetup. I'm like, why the fuck do I want to go to Atlanta? I live in El Paso, Texas. Well, Miko lives there. Reif lives there. Let me see what I can do. You know, I work full time. I got a family and shit like that. But me making time for that made me focus like, all right, if I'm going to do this, let me try this out. Because if I'm going to be going out and networking and talking to the right people and pushing forward, let me see where this goes. And I'm glad I went and I met you guys in person, got to see other people's that do this damn thing too. I mean, we're not best friends, but it's good to know that there's people out there like us doing the same damn thing, that we all have our own things going on. So it's good to relate to other people when it comes to this. So this year, looking back, man, I just grew so much as a person, as a father, as a husband, man, keeping my personal career going, you know, paying all the bills, but yet still doing this. And I never talk shit about anybody or gloat or talk about, yo, check me out. Like me, I'm one consistent ass dude. That's one thing I could say. Nobody can match my consistency. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not making the most numbers. I don't got the highest ratings and views and shit. But you cannot fuck with my consistency. I am on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Monday through Friday, I'm in the afternoon. I have a reel every day. I'm posting unboxings. I'm doing this. So when I see other people not doing that and complaining, I'm like, money. I'm good. I am doing what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean? So if I see other people complaining and they're doing less than me with all the stuff that I have going on in my life, bet. You know what I mean? And I see you guys doing the same damn thing, bet. You know, when I'm looking left and right and I see Reif and I see Hulky and I see the unfortunate one and I see other people that are peers that are doing well. And I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling confident. So this year was like how y'all, man, I'm like, I look back at myself. I'm like, damn, I'm doing good. It's good to take a break and understanding where you're at, but at the same time, feel confident in what you're doing when it comes to this. And in life, my mind, like, I hated the job I work at, but I was more content understanding that, hey, this is a good job. I don't like it. It pays my bills. I have insurance. My kids are good, blah, blah, blah. I could also do this. My relationship with my wife got better because I was more open with what I wanted to do with this content creating thing. So this year was great. And then how y'all saying for next year, I'm like, damn. All right. I'm not trying to set super goals, but I feel like if my consistency just keeps going, it just all up from here. Like, you know what I mean? If I keep doing what I'm doing and keep collaborating and talking to the right type of people with the great mindset, even if they're content creators or not content creators, like in life, when you start talking to people that are positive, regardless of what they're doing in life, that shit boosts me. I love hearing you guys talk about your families and doing well. That energy, like I fucking pull that shit in, dude. I love hearing that shit, man.
Yeah, I wanted to piggyback off of that real quick. I know I'd be telling speeches and shit, so I'm not going to do that to you guys. But like real fast, based off of what you just said too, Jimmy. I like, just to add to that, for me, what I learned, it's good to have a circle of people that you know that are doing this and are going through different experiences, but similar experiences at the same time, and watching everybody grow together. And I gotta say, between you two, I'm actually like, I don't know if anybody told you, but like, I'm proud of both of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the growth.
Thank you, sir.
I'm saying, like,
appreciate it,
not like you, like for real. And it's ain't no, we all know it's ain't no like ass kissing shit. It's like, but like you can see like everything that you guys have said, especially Reif. Seen the growth. We've seen, like, you know, you've been transparent in your journey, and that's one thing that a lot of people can't proudly say that they can do. You know, I try to be as transparent as possible. When you see other people being transparent about shit, it's good. And that's the one thing, if I could tell you anything, I feel like I want to give you guys like what I see and maybe like a word of encouragement. Don't stop being transparent, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the one thing that's going to keep you genuine.
Mm-hmm.
And you letting everybody know when you're feeling great, there's going to be a hater that's like, look at this motherfucker. Like, I feel great about myself. Like, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
You feel great. Don't let nobody take that from you.
Yep.
You
Well said.
I mean? But like when you aren't feeling great and you're like, I don't feel like doing this, and you post it, you remind everybody that I'm not just some content creating robot. I'm a human being like all of you guys.
Well said. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So keep that transparency in your journey, because we all see it.
Mm-hmm.
And your growth is and it's helping your growth. I'm not saying growth in numbers, and like personal
growth. Like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that shit's great. Keep that transparency, dog.
I know, and that's good, and that these conversations are good because, you know, we talk about, you know, we've talked about mental health and being burnt out, but it's cool talking, like, people need to hear this and like talk about that kind of stuff. Like for Reif saying, hey, I went to talk to somebody, you know what I mean? For him, from his background, because I remember you mentioned one time, like, hey, you're not so, like, in the Black community, he was saying, right, Reif, you're like, you're not supposed to talk about that. Something's wrong with you, right? Yeah. So for Reif to be like, hey, I'm breaking the cycle and the stigma because it's going to make me a better person. Why the fuck wouldn't I go talk to somebody? You know what I mean? And look at Reif. He started his business like he said it was going to do. He's doing whatever he's got to do at home. He still has his career and still making content and happier. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't that make sense? Like being open and not realizing that, hey, by me just saying something and being more open and being honest with myself, it's going to make me better.
It will, man. And the cool aspect, man. Like, one thing I can say very negatively about Facebook in general and the streaming shit, what I've learned, this shit is like a fucking lunchroom. Like, there's different tables and shit you can sit at. It's a popularity contest, and like I was expressed in the last podcast show, these people who we it's like we didn't look up to them. Maybe we did. Maybe we, looked at them like, damn, that's what I want to be at and shit like that. But as this year right here really showed me that a lot of them didn't know what the fuck they were doing, and they still don't know what the fuck they're doing. And it's just like what I said earlier about the BR games. If you got these big three doing something and you can emulate off that and get in your own lane, then you're not too far behind. That's what I'm saying. Like, we look at the numbers and shit. I've learned a lot of things about people, man. People will buy views, people buy followers.
Yep.
People will do a lot of things to manipulate it. And when you see these things, you project it on yourself. Like, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not getting this amount of success? And once I looked at all that shit and seen it for what it was, and this goes from meeting these people in person, this goes from people being transparent. Like, if I didn't do none of these things, I would still be looking at things like, he did this and do it this way. Maybe I should do it this way, and maybe I'll get this amount of traction. And it's just really fabricated, yo. So I say all that to say, man, like, really, it's the hardest thing ever, and it's such simple advice. Just be yourself.
Yep.
Like, people will fuck with you. It's 8 billion people here. People will fuck with you just by who you are. 20 people cannot like you, but one person will say, I really like your personality, yo. And just, you don't have to sit at the lunchroom, bro. You don't have to sit at the lunch table, bro. Eat standing up. Go sit outside on the bench. Like, you don't have to. You can form your own lane, yo. You know what I'm saying? And just, that's the biggest thing I took from this year, yo, is just, you're going to attract the people that want to fuck with you. And you're going to defer to people that's not for you.
Yeah.
All you got to do, if you want those people to come to you, you got to be yourself. Because once you stop being other than yourself, you're going to attract people based off false shit. That's not you.
Well said.
And it's going to pop out of you like, man, this ain't, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So just be you and just take shit for what it is, yo. Like, everything ain't personal. It's we just here, bro. Like, be yourself. Be
just
happy.
said that talk with Layla, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly what I told her last night, bro. Be yourself.
Yeah.
Be yourself.
I like it, and it's more like genuine how you're saying. It sounds cheesy, whoever's listening and watching, and people say it all the time, like, when we say, oh, when you start streaming, when you start doing this, be yourself. Well, nobody ain't watching. And he's like, well, that's the best part, is that you got to understand and humble yourself that, hey, not everybody's going to like you just because you're dropping 20 kills or you're doing this. You have to go through that process. And we've all been doing this for X amount of time, that we can be honest and tell people like, hey, you want to try it? Good fucking luck. Because guess what? If you do the minimal shit, you're not going to get what you think you are. But if you're honest with yourself, depending on what you want to do, here's the blueprint. Are you going to follow it? Okay, well then don't fucking bitch. Just like anything else. You want to be an athlete? You want to be a badass soccer player? You want to be a badass basketball player? You got to shoot hoops on your own. You got to go do drills on your own. You got to wake up in the morning and do this. Same thing with this content creator thing. Or you want to be a better father? Be involved in your kid's life more. Do this, do that. Oh, you want to be a better husband? Talk to your partner more. Be more open. Do little things. Like, the blueprint is there for anything, but do you want to put the time in?
Facts. Yep. Bro, that's and another thing to go off of, like, not everyone's gonna like you, is the ones that like you may not always like you. That's the biggest thing. Like, one last thing I learned at the end of this year that's been happening is everybody loves Facebook gaming until Facebook takes a shit. Any form of fashion, and then that's when you see the real people. There's people that at Facebook gaming and every other post on how great they are for the clout, but the moment that shit goes south and streams don't work, viewership doesn't work, reach doesn't work, whatever doesn't work, that just start trashing the shit out of the platform. Like, you see that shit, and I've seen a lot of that lately, especially. And Facebook has been going down. Like, I'm not defending Facebook, or whatever.
But the negativity that you're putting out there.
Yeah, like when you start, because on Reif, I saw your tweet about it when you were like, I'm not going to be one of those streamers that bitch about the platform. I'm just going to do what I got to do. And that's what I noticed. When the shit went south, you know who's really about their shit and who's not. Because if you're about your shit, you're going to just figure it out. The contract never said, we're going to support you for your journey throughout everything. We're going to pay you no matter what. Like, I've seen some people that lost their contract because or whatever, and they talked about it or post about it, and I'm like, do you know what contract means? Do you know what a business expectation is? Like, this is a business, so you can't go into a business and then they give you a contract with expectations and then you don't want to meet them, but you want to get paid. That's like me going to McDonald's and wanting to get a paycheck and not doing shit, but ordering food for myself.
Yeah.
You gotta put in that work, and if you start signing contracts with any major business, you low key got a boss now, and you have to meet their expectations if you want that paycheck.
Yeah.
So like, there's a lot of stuff that's been going down lately that I've been seeing with some people losing their stuff, and Facebook has been taking a weird L. And it's a cringy topic to talk about, but it needs to be discussed, and that's the details on it will be for another podcast.
Yeah, but I think for next,
everybody makes that lane.
Yeah, I think that's a good point that you're saying, because like, so that kind of segues perfect for next year. Obviously, this year for us was reflective, looking back, being confident with ourselves, and knowing what we bring to the table, and not sitting at the table and standing up. I think that was a good little reference, Reif. But it's true. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm okay being over here by myself. If I got these two fools here with me that I could be honest with when it comes to this, hey, Jimmy, that's probably not a good look. Hey, Miko, I saw you upset the other day playing that game. You probably shouldn't be playing that game. Yeah, you're right. I had a lot of shit going on. But having those conversations like that is good, because for next year, obviously, we're more confident in our ability and what we do. And I'm glad Miko brought up the whole Facebook thing. A lot of people came up because of Facebook, and over here talking about, the reach or whatever. And Miko and I had this conversation off stream where Primetime, if y'all don't know, Prime is a guy, is on Facebook. And I follow him because of how he talks, not because of his gameplay. A lot of people might not like him, but one thing I have learned from Primetime is that fool is real as shit when it comes to a lot of different things. And he has no problem with people not liking him or having discussions or arguments with valid points. And he brought that up. Y'all talking trash about this platform. Y'all wouldn't be nowhere if y'all started somewhere else. Yep. But now you're over here complaining that it's not working and going your way. What are you going to do about it? So when I see other people jumping to other platforms or jumping ship or maybe rotating it, there's a reason. You know what I mean? There's a reason. And this thing that we're in, this content creation world, and it happens everywhere else, you got to keep up with the times. If not, you get kind of left in the dust. So when everything started going south, how Miko said, then you start seeing like, oh, damn, this guy's jumping to TikTok. Everybody follow me on TikTok. 10 followers. What the fuck? You have 10K on Facebook. What? Follow my Instagram. 50 people on Instagram. Oh, Reif said this. Oh, we're on the same level. Oh shit. Yeah. We're on the. Oh, what? Jimmy's killing it on YouTube. You been on TikTok? Oh, Miko can stream on TikTok if he wanted to. You know what I mean? Reif can stream on TikTok. I can't. Oh shit. I gotta pay attention. But we were already kind of doing that. So when Reif was like, "Oh, you start seeing when you start seeing other motherfuckers," like, no, this, like, you don't depend. And this is the conversation I like having you guys. This is a business. Like, what are you gonna do about it? Don't complain about the situation or what. What are you gonna do about it? What are you doing anything different?
We could say we've already been doing that. That's why we've already been doing this before. We've been preaching since we've been podcasting. Even before, you gotta expand. You gotta go different places. This shit it's been out there for forever, but people get too cozy in these positions. And when you start to look at them differently, don't look at the number like this person is up here and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't, because if they did, they would be doing what we're doing. Because as soon as we go to TikTok, I'm the motherfucker over there, and you're the peon because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And it's just like, I just look at people just differently now. It's like, when I say, like, people cross-reference networking and dick riding, it's two different things, but people try to combine them. Like, I have to be on somebody's dick to, getting their good blessings. Like, that's dick riding. And I haven't seen nobody that dick rode and they fucking was successful.
Yeah.
It always failed because the people who are there dick riding is people who don't know what they're doing. Like, they either got in the game early. It's just like cryptocurrency. Anything you do, if you get in early, you're going to reap it.
Yep.
It automatically. It's just whoever gets in there first. That's business 101. If you get in there first, if we start an investment right now and we the first people in this bitch, by the time fucking 3,000 people get in this motherfucker, me, you, and Miko are the top three with the most money because we started first. So there's a lot of people who was already partner, had the numbers and stuff, and we're looking like, dang, man, you're really. But then when you sit back and look, yo, they ain't creating shit. They're just sitting there basic as fuck, but they was here first, so the notoriety is there. But then when they go to another platform, people just scrolling right past their ass because it's nothing they want to see. They've been there longer than you, so that's the only reason. So that's why I don't compare no more. I look at people like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
All right. And then
All right, you got a
you can
Facebook
see
ban.
it. I've seen
Yeah.
terrible thumbnails by people who are partner. Like they don't even know how to make a fucking thumbnail.
Mhm.
And it's just what? Like, you know what I'm saying? These are the people who we looked at like, man, we gotta try. And then it's like we were chasing a mission, but it came out good, but we had the wrong kind of idea at first. But now this shit is crumbling and it's just like, oh, I'm good.
Right?
Like,
I'm so
I've been
okay. Yeah.
building myself up. Like
It's
I've
like,
been
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that
grinding.
phrase. The phrase "slow and steady wins the
Wins the
race."
race.
I feel is the thing for creation because, like you said
Yeah.
it perfectly, we've been expanding for a minute, right? And then all of a sudden, if something takes a shit, we're good. And it was like it was crazy when there was a few. And I'm not gonna say anybody's names because I'm not talking shit about nobody. None of us are.
But we're being
when I went
honest
to,
with the
like-
situation. We're just being honest
Yeah,
what we
like-
see it as a broad.
When I went to TikTok, and then I went to people were like, "Yo, go follow my TikTok." And I followed their TikTok, and I saw you have 50,000 more followers than me on Facebook, and I was looking at you for the you know what I'm saying, for the business. But you don't even have half the amount of followers I have on TikTok. I was like, well, Reif, I have more followers on TikTok. Like I didn't believe it. It was mind blowing. And then I started seeing it happen more and more, like you said, and I was like, yo, there's a lot of one trick ponies in this business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There is a lot of one basket people in this business. And I was like, and at the end of the day, if it isn't broke, don't fix it, I guess. But I don't believe in that shit because then when it does break, that shit's gonna crumble.
Yeah. Well, you get
Like, you know
complacent
what I mean?
too. You get comfortable and cozy.
Yeah.
How you said you get complacent because and that's one thing that I liked having these conversations. I always wanted to do a podcast, but like
Yeah.
I love my gaming and making clips and shit like that. But like I wanted to do different things, and I'm glad that I was able to do that and speak to the right type of people when it came to this. All the people that I had on this year. Shout out to everybody that I had on this year, man. I learned so much from everybody. Just talking to them and having these kind of conversations. But at the same time, it made me more confident in me being me. I'm like, yeah, I might not have 1,000 people on TikTok, but I have X amount on Instagram. Or I might not fuck with Twitter, but I fuck with Twitter. Y'all might not fuck with YouTube, but I fuck with YouTube. So you start seeing what people are good at or not good at or willing to expand, because at the end of the day, I remember Reif said this and I never thought about it until he said at the beginning of the year, he's like, man, I have motherfuckers that don't even come to my streams. And I don't care. They like all my other shit. And I'm like, you know what? That's true. Everybody's so worried about getting people to get the live views that you forget about the people that still support you overall. They don't have to come to your stream to support you. Not everybody has the time to come to a stream, but they drop a like, a share on all your Instagram, or they watch all your unboxings, or they watch all these podcasts. Like, that's still support. It might not be in money, but in time, as long as you stay consistent in whatever you're doing, that shit's gonna come.
That's
how many people have told you that successful people said they work for free?
Yeah.
They done things for free. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've had this conversation with Hokey too, because I know Hokey. I'm not gonna go into details in the conversation we had too much, but it was about balance, like the feeling of going live all the time and stuff. And shout out to Hokey, bro. It was a video of him as a coffee mug dancing in front of Dunkin' Donuts, and that shit was
God.
Yeah, that shit was fun. Hell yeah.
and I was like, yo, you are the type of person, you don't need to sit in front of a camera all day to grow. Like, you're fucking funny.
Yep.
Use that and you will find balance in your life, because you can do shit like that and it's not, I have to sit right here and be ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go out and do the things that you need to do, and you have that. And I think we've all been, I blame Facebook mostly for that, because I feel like Facebook caters to us streaming, not us creating.
Yeah.
And now we're moving to different platforms. Now we're like, yo, I'm a creator now. I'm not a streamer.
That's what I was about
creating
to say.
stuff now. I'm doing like the unboxings and shit like that. That's not Facebook shit. That's more like YouTube.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you get into a different bag, and there's a lot of people who just know.
Turn on the game. Algorithm better kick in
right now.
Yeah, algorithm better kick in. Notifications aren't work. Yeah.
Hey, what you doing, Reif? I'm creating right now.
Right.
Hey man, I'm literally out in public creating. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm working on the go, because you get into a bag. But you know, a lot of people feel like that, and I'll be trying to tell people, bro, you don't have to stream all the time. You can still grow in many ways.
Yeah, I grow way more offline than I do online. I get people, hey, I came across your podcast, pretty dope. Hey, thanks, man. Do you think they're gonna come to my streams? No.
Probably not.
But they listen to all. I listen to you on iTunes, man. I followed you on iTunes. I go look at the iTunes numbers. Oh, dope, cool. I guess it's working. Let's keep going. You know what I mean? It's just like people get so caught up in the CCV, the X amount of followers, which is great. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying I want that shit too, but I'm gonna get it my way. I'm not trying to chase it. I know it's gonna happen. So I do appreciate, and y'all, like you guys do, y'all say it every time. It's cliche. We appreciate the time that people come by and say what's up and hang out for a little bit and bullshit. Fine. Like y'all,
it's
like
all a choice.
Hey, bro.
Yes.
You know,
Like
they could have been anybody else.
Right
Yeah. Anybody could be anywhere else, but they're in your stream and motherfuckers like, where you been, dog? It's been a minute. Like, that's the first thing they want to hear when they go into your stream. They're not coming back.
Yeah, this is a bunch of different ways to go about it. And
yeah.
Oh my God, this shit.
Yeah.
My wife just did this shit.
Yeah. So obviously, so 22 was good as looking back, and 23. So I forgot who I asked last. Was it you, Reif? That what 2023 looks for? What are you looking for?
I'm looking forward to expanding more and growing more, and doing things way out of character and setting trends, like setting the bar differently. Cause I don't know, it's something about Facebook, bro. Like the more I look at it, the more I don't like it. But it's not like the negative. Like you won't see me. Like I'm not running to another platform to create content because I'm angry at Facebook. I'm running to grow.
Yeah,
you know, I can care less about Facebook, but it's just when you sit back and look, Facebook babied us with a lot of shit.
Yeah,
it babied us with the group. It babied us with the community,
the reach, all that stuff.
All that was just babying us. And the reason why I said it's come up because yes, motherfuckers have come up. I feel like a lot of people have came up this year. I've watched a lot of people, and I called this shit in the beginning. I said, yo, I don't know which podcast is in, but I was like, yo, this year right here, it's gonna be the come up. And it's just a broad statement, but it's so different. It doesn't mean money, doesn't mean views. It can mean a lot of things. Mindsets. Like people are looking at things differently now. And it's just, you are really seeing who it can create and who the people you need to be around. And one piece of advice I would like to give out is 2 questions you should ask yourself about the people you're surrounding yourself with. One, who's been loyal to you the longest? And the second part is that who's been as consistent with you? Those are the people you fuck with. Because you can have people that are loyal. They just, you know, they always there for you, but they don't put in the work. And that shit can be like, oh, I really want to fuck with that person, kind of. And it's like, their loyalty is good. Don't get that twisted. But to surround yourself by somebody like that constantly, it kind of will pull you down because it's like,
so true. I love you and you're loyal, but you're not on.
Loyal as fuck. But
my
consistent.
And my lane is not.
I'm on a mission.
Yeah,
I'm on a mission. I have goals I want to achieve, and I love you, but you're not doing the things that I'm trying. You're not trying to get where I'm trying to get.
Yeah,
and that you appreciate the loyalty. Then you can have people that are consistent as you, but they're not loyal to you. And you know,
whatever works for them is what they're doing it for and shit like that. Which is fine. If you want to, if y'all want to fuck with people that like that, that's cool. I don't need somebody way bigger than me to make sure that I'm in the loophole or vice versa, or I feel like I need smaller minions around me to feel like I'm the top dog and let people, you know what I mean? I just feel like I'm in my own lane, how you said, and I feel confident in what I bring and what I don't do. And you know what I mean? There's certain things that I'm good at and there's certain things that I'm not good at, but I'm not going to go and reach out and do those if I'm not normally doing that. Or if I do make a move, it's going to meet how I want. So like, I like how you said that. Like, this year's the expansion. And I think, and I'm glad that you said the loyalty and the consistency, because I feel like when we first started doing this and talking, and I said it a year ago, I said, I like this because we don't need each other. And I still feel that we're still at that point to where we respect each other. We see each other's grind, but we don't need to do a stream together all the time. We don't need to play games together. We don't need to do podcasts all together, but the consistency is there and the loyalty is there. And I think that's cool that you brought that up, man.
And that feeds off what you said about surrounding and you feeding off of that. That is the things you want around you. So I say that to say, look at the people around you and you will see like, yo, I feed off of this person. When they do good, it makes me want to do good. Keep them people close. Then you have other people who, yes, this person is loyal, but they're not doing anything that's gonna, you know, it's not even about benefit. It's just the energy you feed off of that. It's like, yeah, you're loyal. Okay, you're giving me energy. but I want something in it. I want to give you back something.
Yeah.
We need to feed off each other. Loyalty is just them. I'm giving you this. Here you go.
Yep.
They're not supplying you with no type of fire. Like, oh shit, man, you doing that? Yo, that's that might work.
Yeah.
Let's do this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's different. Like with the podcast with Jimmy. Like when we first did the podcast, Jimmy was like, yo, I've always wanted to do podcasting, bro. Fire got ignited because you were surrounded by somebody doing things. And you're like, yo, now Jimmy is a fucking podcast. Like Jimmy is in his podcasting bag. And it just, that's feeding off each other. When it's just one-sided, it's
you know what? You can correlate. You can correlate. You can correlate that to real life. Everything you just said in general is not always about content creation.
Yeah.
What you just said right now is life. You surround yourself around the right type of people. You see somebody else doing good, and they're pulling for you in school, in work, in family, things like that. So what you said in general right now was perfect because you said that in such a broad spectrum. You weren't even talking about gaming or content creating. You like. Those words were perfect for anybody listening to this that was like, damn, you know what? I have my friends that are loyal as fuck, but they're bringing me down because they ain't doing shit in life.
Bro, and before I lose it, this goes perfectly with what y'all saying. All right. I'm the analogy guy. Okay. Look, pick your favorite brand of chips. Just name one, somebody.
Lay's.
Right. The Twister ones, the Frito-Lay Twister ones.
Right? We can go with Lay's, right? Where do you go to get your Lay's?
Food line.
Where else?
Gas station.
Where else?
Walmart.
Anywhere. Why? Because Lay's doesn't have a Lay's store. Lay's is a brand that everybody loves, but you can get that shit anywhere you fucking go.
Well said.
That's how we need to be.
I want to be Lay's, motherfucker.
Yeah, we need to be a brand that can be found anywhere.
Well said.
Because that's not what makes, like, the brand is who we are. Facebook is just a store.
Yep.
Yeah.
Twitch is just a store.
Boom. That's a real.
Yeah. Do you know how sexy it is when, hey man, you go on an interview? Hey man, what can I reach you at? All platforms, the Reif Effect.
Bro, yes.
That's sexy. That is sexy.
Only Facebook. Only Instagram.
Facebook.com/the Reif. No, bro. All platforms, the Reif Effect.
Yep.
And I love how you said all platforms, but what? You're not the Reif Effect on here, and then the effect of Reif there, and then Reif over here. Like your name. I mean, what we did, that new platform that just came out, that's like everyone's like on the fence about it. Kick. I made my name over there. I may never stream on there. Why? Ain't nobody gonna be the unfortunate one but me.
Yes. You have to do that.
Yep.
That is one thing. Your name can get taken over there and you won't have it.
Yeah,
I heard a lot of people that's happened to already.
Damn.
You got to be on that shit.
Let me write that down.
Your name is everywhere.
What do we say?
Okay.
Whoever gets in first usually is the one to reap.
Yes.
If you got in that motherfucker first, because there's already people complaining about that. Like, yo, I tried to make my name on there and I can't do it. Damn, bro, your brand is already getting tarnished.
Shit.
Already.
Bro, that's why I'm like my biggest, like my newest thing, like my newest hashtag that stuck to me that's like been like a thing is I am content.
Yeah.
Because that's what I thought of with the stores. I was like, I am just the content. And it's like, I feel like it's creator maturity.
Yeah.
You have to know, like, you can't, like, that's what makes a streamer and a gamer differently than a creator. Because like you guys said, I don't need to touch a controller to make content. I don't need any other distraction, because I feel like I learned this year really fast, streaming games is a distraction. There's some people, like I learned a lot of my community, don't give a fuck about what game I'm playing. Once you become a variety gamer, that's when you can really be a creator, because then you develop the community that doesn't give a fuck about what you're doing because they're just there for you.
Boom.
That eliminates the Call of Duty followers. That eliminates the Fortnite followers, the Pokemon fans, because it doesn't matter what I'm playing. Yeah. You're here, then that means, oh, so I do a cooking stream now. Y'all gonna pull up. I do a podcast with Jimmy. Y'all gonna pull up. You know what I'm saying?
So they like you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well said.
This year too, they was asking him how did that guy Speed has more less followers than Ninja, and he has more CCV, and they donated him some money and asked him, and this is coming from Ninja. We all know Ninja. Ninja's Lay's. Ninja is a Lay's chip, but is he though?
Yeah.
Because he was like, the reason why you see that is because people are not checking for Fortnite like how they used to. And unfortunately, I built my following and fan base off of Fortnite.
Mhm.
And this is, he was the first guy to get a skin in that game. Like, Ninja was on top, but he's bounded to Fortnite.
Mhm.
And this is a big streamer who a lot of people looked up to, like, yo, this is Ninja. And when he said it, he was like, yeah, it's very unfortunate, but this is what happened. Like,
Mhm.
if I play something else, they're not checking for me like that.
Yeah.
And shit like that. They didn't fall in love with him. They fell in love with
The
what was
gameplay.
around him.
The gameplay. Yeah.
Gameplay. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, and we look at people who are in these high positions and we think they got the answers, and some people get humbled, and then you start to see like, yo, they really don't have the answers. I'm following something that's false.
Yeah.
That's
For
one of the
him to say
biggest
that
names.
shit was like, I was like, yo, that speaks volumes. Like,
Yeah.
that means I know I'm on the right path. It may not be hitting as fast and overnight as these,
But
other
it's
people,
working
but I
for
know-
you.
Yes, and eventually I will get to a certain point where I'm in my own niche,
I-
and I might not even be
Yep.
as famous as these people, but I know like people know me. And
Yeah.
good.
I think that's what the whole thing you were saying about the expansion, and then Miko talking about the stores, like that's true, because I think we've all kind of been doing that in our ways. Because I know I've been streaming on Twitch for a while now, but as a third platform. And then once I saw people like taking it serious, I was like, all right, hold on. How can I make this work for me and make people understand that, hey, I'm not leaving this platform, but I'm just doing more. I'm expanding, how Reif is saying, which is true. I'm trying to get another store, how Miko is saying. So I'm fortunate enough that even though my following and people that I fuck with, content creators, community members, when I say I'm going to do something and it makes sense, they understand, because I'm telling them, hey guys, I really want to push for affiliate. You guys know I stream on Twitch and I want to do this. And we did it, in 6 streams. Even though my average view was so low, everybody pulled up. I had anywhere from 10 to 20 people in my stream Monday through Friday when I was streaming, and we got my average up and we got an affiliate. I was like, all right, guys, just know that I'm not leaving Facebook, but this is now how Miko's saying. I love that analogy. This is just another store. Monday through Friday in the afternoons for an hour and a half, we're going to be at this store. Tuesdays and Thursday nights, we're going to be at this store. Hey, when I do an unboxing and reviews, we're going to be at this store. You know what I mean? When we do a podcast, y'all going to see it at this store. So you will see my expansion or brand, how y'all saying, in different stores. And that's just amazing, because I was already kind of doing that without me realizing, it. I was already kind of doing that, but just making sure that I make sure that store is good before moving on to another store. But don't forget about it. I was telling somebody like, fuck, I'm going to Twitch. Don't forget all those people that were there for you in Facebook. Don't forget about those people that were
just dip.
It's not.
And then they flop and realize that you aren't as hot as you thought.
Then you want to come back.
That made you.
Now you want to
come back to your community, and they don't give a fuck because you abandoned them.
Exactly.
I've seen like 20 people do that shit, bro. You sit there and you're like, I love my people. The moment one thing doesn't happen that you wanted, you abandon all those people because you're mad at a platform.
Yep.
Those people didn't do that to you. The platform did.
Mm-hmm.
How are you just gonna leave them behind?
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to another.
I was like, one thing before because we all went live on Twitch yesterday. I was like, before you go live on Twitch, we were all talking like, let's pitch our Twitches up like to the best we can, because there's one thing, I don't want this Twitch stream to look like an angry stream.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm only here because I'm mad.
Yeah.
So I don't care. I'm just going live. And it's just, people see shit like that,
Yeah.
yo. Like, why are we here today? Cause, man, I'm fucking pissed at Facebook, man. And then as soon as Facebook give you a bonus, you're back over there preaching good vibes and kumbaya. Like, come on, bro. Come on, yo. Skit incoming too, by the way. Skit incoming.
I love it. Yeah, bro, man.
You're a rising creator. 1% of the platform haven't streamed in 7 months.
Yeah, bro. Now.
Hey, I saw that. And I was like, well, maybe I did get it. Or maybe I didn't. And then I hear other people like, oh, they're giving it to everybody. And I'm like, man. Did I? I want to say that
people are leaving.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to say like, did I really get that? I'd like to say that I did, but at the same time, I'm honest and realistic with myself. Hey, man, y'all let you know I appreciate y'all. We got this, but this is just hey, good job. We moving forward.
God.
We moving forward.
Bro.
We're not gonna sit here and be like, oh, we're top 4, we're top 2 this week.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody care about that because everybody else has it.
Bro,
Exactly,
but I love what y'all just said because I put another analogy in my head. You know what's going on right now? Right now, streamers on a Labor Day sale. All those top name streamers, the Samsung streamers, these types of streamers, they're on sale right now because they feel some type of way, and they're getting rid of all the last year's top streamers, and now they're making a new line. So now it's like, that's how I've been looking at it. But it's like this clearance. It's like, okay, so you've been top of the shelf, but you're getting old and washed up. You're one trick pony, or you're not expanding. You're not taking it serious. So now they're getting rid of that because now the new shit's coming up, and I'm now on top shelf. You know what I'm saying? Because now those other people that's just been sitting there collecting dust because that shit's outdated, they're gone. They're cleaning up the shelf to put in the new shit.
I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense too. And you have to, with this whole content creator, you got to keep up with the trends. You got to keep up what's going on. You also got to be okay with things not working, but still being yourself at the same time. You know what I mean? It just, a lot of people get so caught up in just doing one thing and they're good at, but when that thing doesn't go your way or it's not working anymore, but what are you going to do? You know, I just feel like and we talked about it last time, Reif, with the whole keys. Like, you feel like you're in your bag and like, you're not trying to be cocky, but just everything I'm doing and and everything I'm focusing on, I'm glad it's working out because I'm being honest with myself. At the same time, I'm keeping up with things. I'm keeping negative away. I'm being positive. I'm doing all this shit. So like for this next year, it's the same thing. I want to keep my consistency going. I want to open up, you know, I want to be in more stores, how Miko said, which is a great analogy. It's awesome to just look at it that way. Like, damn, Jimmy Dukes Gaming's on Twitter. I don't use Twitter all the time, but I'm on Twitter. I don't use Trovo all the time, but I'm on Trovo. I'm not on YouTube all the time, but I'm, you know, just like being more out there. Because I want somebody to say Jimmy Dukes Gaming, and when they put it in on fucking Google, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, everything, just like, hey, this fool is everywhere. Where do I want to go? It just like, you want to be able to do that. So I'm glad that, you know, we have these discussions and, you know, we're all being honest with ourselves and pushing each other in the right way, because what we're doing, and, you know, as long as we're all happy and God forbid nothing happens to our lives and everything's good, that I think that we're constantly will be making content and growing in this. And we might not try to be the most famous or make the most money, but I feel like the way I'm doing this, eventually I get to the point to where like I could just do this all the time. But until then, I'm not going to make excuses why I can't do this full time. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And I feel like the community has backed me. The other content creators I met, like y'all, damn, Jimmy, you're on that shit. Hey, thanks, man. But I don't let that get into my head. I just like, somebody's, damn, you hit Twitch affiliate? That's so hard to do. I'm like, dude, I'm fortunate that I got it. And it's a thumbs up on pat on my back, but I'm continuing. Like, that's not the all ending, you know, thing.
Celebrate
yeah, exactly. Like, these are small accomplishments. And if whatever in life, same thing. You did this and you did it. Boom. What's next? Like how Miko say, like, you're go, but you have to sit back and be honest with yourself and say, all right, what's the next move? Let's not just go in blindly. You know, like, let's start weighing out things and balance things in life. How Reif was saying, all right, let's make sure we work on this. Reif's like, oh, my t-shirt business is doing great. I'm going to do fucking candles. I'm going to do this. Oh, yeah. By the way, in my real life, I got to take care of my kids because they're at home now. I want them to have a better life. Oh, I still got to take care of my work. Miko, I'm getting sick all the time. What do I need? I got to take care of myself. I got to move this. I got to do that. So like going through those trials and tribulations makes us better people. And that just goes out into the world. You know what I mean? Because
yeah, people see that shit. You don't gotta tell people nothing. They can just watch you and you know, get inspired from it. That's the mission with all this shit.
Yeah.
And
like, I like what you said about trials and tribulations, because one of the best negative things that happened to me too was every game I've loved in my streaming career has flopped.
Boom.
Spellbreak, Naraka, everything. And at first I was like, why? And then I was like, if it didn't flop, I would have been limited, because I would have relied on that game. Like what you said, that it just reminded me of that shit. Like what Ninja said, I played Fortnite and I made myself on Fortnite. If I would have did that shit with Spellbreak, I would have had a community of just Spellbreak. If I would have did that shit on Naraka or any other game that I've loved a handful of games that have flopped on me completely. And I was just like, dang. Now what can I do? Cry about it and just be like, oh, all my favorite games are dead? No, fuck that. That just reminded me, that was life telling me, you don't need this game to be the unfortunate one. You don't need this to be who you are. Play what the fuck you want, because every game will flop. Fortnite had a low moment. Every game is gonna have its ups and its downs. That's business 101. But and look at it like stocks. When one stock crashes, people freak out. But the ones that don't have something every single where. So when this drops, well, that means this is going to rise.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like with the store thing. Another analogy for the stores is not everybody has a Walmart. Not everybody has a Publix. Not everybody has a Kroger or a Food Lion or anything. There's some, like, we are international. And that's something we have to understand as creators, is the moment you put yourself on social media, you are no longer a local business owner.
Mm-hmm.
You are an international enterprise. Every single person can get access to what you've got.
Mm-hmm.
You got people that love you in China, Japan, UK, all these places. But if I'm only trying to put my stuff in the local Kroger or Walmart,
well said.
You're never going to reach that
well
shit.
Said.
There's some people that have access to all platforms but have a preference. And if I'm not expanding my brand to every store available, then people with a preference will never come across my shit. Or they'll never come back. So you need to make your brand everywhere, but you need to make it stand out, because then just because I grab that bag of chips doesn't mean I'm going to come back for it.
At that store, but I'll grab that bag of chips somewhere else.
Exactly. And people that follow us, they're not always following us at the same city.
Yep.
There's people that'll go out of town, they're at work, they're over here. So now they're in a different demographic with a different store, different availability. And it's like, can they reach us?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just one of the things I learned. And that's why I learned about being variety. Having games that I love, that I almost relied on Naraka. Not relied on Naraka, but I became very clung to Naraka, so that if Naraka wasn't doing good, I don't want to play. But people were like, oh, but we want to play with you. So then I'm like, I guess I'll just do customs.
Yeah.
The moment I said that, I stopped.
Yeah.
If I gotta,
you caught yourself. You caught yourself.
I'll just do. I was like, I'm not. I guess I'll just do type of person. What the fuck? No, I'm gonna go play Fortnite now and be in my bag for a week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't matter. Like, when you can break off of that chain of relying on something, realize that you're the content. I've had that conversation after our podcast, our first podcast we had with us three. I've had that conversation about, your brand is you with like 15 people this year.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's true. And people don't know that, because they're following these people that play one game, because that's like what Reif said. Facebook kind of babied us, but Facebook kind of also didn't baby us the right way. Because everyone on Facebook looks at it, feels like they need an algorithm.
Yeah.
Everyone on Facebook feels like you need to play one game to be great.
Yeah.
And it's like,
you could be great. Yeah. Yeah. I think there was one time I remember when I saw Reif get algorithm, he looked at, there was like 80 people in there and I was like 120, and Reif didn't change a single bit. And he was still doing whatever, and he acknowledged it. And he's like, I hit algorithm, all right? And still, you know what I mean? I see people who algorithm. Oh, there's 100 people in here. Oh, they're going off. And then I just say, I don't want to be this person, but I won't. I would just, when I hit algorithm one time, I said, everybody who's in here, I appreciate y'all being here. If you're a bot or not a bot, everybody, there's like 100 people in here. I was like, everybody type a 1. I had like 15 people put a 1. And those are my community members. And I was like, guys, I know y'all getting turned up, but these are bots. People are scrolling by. These are not real numbers, and let me show you why. And I did it, and they looked at me like, whoa, we see a motherfuckers go off because they got 200 people in the room all of a sudden, but they're not real. They're not real. I appreciate the algorithm, but I don't need the algorithm. I feel like me just constantly just doing what I'm doing, and this next year is that we're all going to keep expanding, because I don't look into the numbers, but I acknowledge them. So I don't get caught up in the point to where like I'm a top 4% this week. I got to keep making sure that I keep getting that little sticker thing. I'm not worried about that. If I keep doing what I'm doing, that shit's going to fall into place. You know what I mean? That's going to fall into place. People are going to come back or not come back. But I'm not going to worry about the people that don't come back. I'm just going to appreciate the people that do come and go as they please. But I'm putting my shit on every shelf. And I'm just going to keep consistently putting my product on different shelves. So this way I can attract a different type of people to like me, how y'all saying, like me for the content. I don't need to play a certain game. I don't need to do podcasts all the time. I don't need to play scary games all the time. I don't need to talk to Miko. I don't need to have Reif on the podcast all the time to be successful. But every time we make moves, right? Every time we make moves, it makes sense for all of us. You know what I mean? I just feel like I like the fact that we all doing that in our own different ways, man. And it's
you look at these. I'm sorry, I'm stuck on this like platform. I mean, this analogy, but then Lay's doesn't have one flavor.
Yeah,
them motherfuckers got 27. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Why variety, bitch? Sorry, I'm screaming, but like it's true though. like
Yeah.
If we're gonna be a brand and we have one flavor,
Yeah.
that flavor is gonna get old after a while.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying?
It's true.
And they also be making flavors after other people.
Mhm.
Like, remember they had those chips with celebrities' faces on them? Remember them shits? Like, why? That's networking. Like, bro, you can learn so much from a bag of chips. And it's crazy, dog. Like,
Now I have.
Bro, yes. Like, maybe because I'm fat. Man, this is a great analogy. But
That's why they say all that in a bag of chips.
Hey.
yes.
They literally get all of that.
Hey, all that and a bag of chips and shit, man. Damn. But I'm looking forward to I'm looking forward to this next year, man. And I appreciate y'all, man. And it's so awesome.
That shit gonna be fucking lit.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
I'm not trying to aim too high as far as like my personal goals, but I just know that for me, consistency, and if I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm working and I've never plateaued and I've never dipped. And when I do go up, it's like a little but it's a little it's not like a boo and then like, oh, what happened? And then brr. Like, I just feel like my confidence to what I bring to the table as a content creator and all my different stores is that I'm a consistent motherfucker and that's working for me. So I'm just going to keep doing that, man.
Have to be, man.
Yeah, man. So I appreciate y'all coming out and taking the time, man. I know that we're going to have more discussions next year with different things going on, man. But thank you guys so much for coming in and, you know, speaking your mind, talking about the good games, the shitty games, what games we're looking for, what we learned personally in our lives, and, you know, just passing the positive vibes to everybody out there, man. Thank you guys so much for your guys' time.
Thank you, Mr. Duke.
For sure, man. Y'all make sure go check out the Reif Effect on all platforms.
Every platform.
The Unfortunate One on all platforms. And of course, myself, Jimmy Dukes Gaming on all the different platforms. We appreciate y'all.
My name is Billy Jean on Snapchat.
Dead ass?
No.
Billie Jean Effect. Oh, that's the Reef Effect and shit. No, but I appreciate y'all, man. If y'all listening, make sure you go check us out. This won't be the last time y'all see or hear these motherfuckers, man. I appreciate y'all and love y'all, man. Peace out, motherfucker.
Have a good one, y'all.
Peace out, guys. Love y'all, man.